Radioactive tritium is leaking from 3/4 of all U.S. commercial nuclear power sites. The cancer-causing material often seeps into groundwater from corroded, buried piping.
It's still a ticking time bomb. Realize that after the big Sumatra tsunami, 90 days after, 3 months after that, there was a huge aftershock. If they have another aftershock, and they're not in cold shutdown yet till next year, the accident could start all over again. It's like hanging by your fingernail.
A new computer simulation shows how radioactivity is spread around the world from the disabled Fukushima Daiichi plant. The simulation was created by a group of researchers at the University of Tokyo and Kyushu University and released on Wednesday. Computer images showed the radioactive material was lifted 5,000 meters into the air. It was then carried by westerly winds and spread over the Pacific Ocean. The images indicate that on the 4th day after being vented, the substances reached the west coast of the United States, and on the 7th day, they approached Iceland after crossing the Atlantic. The radiation was down to 1 billionth level compared to when it was emitted on March 14th.
Ticking time bomb. You know, workers are being sent in and they're getting, like a year's dose of radiation just within like 10 minutes at a time. At Chernobyl, 600,000 workers had to be mobilized, each one going in just for a few minutes, each one getting a medal from Gorbachev.
This will be the 100-year cleanup. How long will it take to clean this up, in your view?
50 to 100 years.
And
the Japanese government is starting radiation checkups for more than 2 million people living near the crippled Fukushima plant.
People living here say the government just isn't doing enough.
From the city hall, like Iwaki City, they said different things. Like prefecture, they said different things. And the government, they said different things.
The Japanese people have no trust in the government.
Now, in the wake of an international crisis, there are allegations that the government and the power companies have worked out a deal to help each other, and that the media has been bought off.
The TV channels need the money from advertisements, and the nuclear energy companies pay a lot. Without this money, they cannot survive.
It's still a ticking time bomb.
For the Pacific Ocean. The images indicate that on the 4th day after being vented, the substances reached the west coast of the United States, and on the 7th day, they approached Iceland after crossing the Atlantic. The radiation was down to 1 billionth level compared to when it was emitted on March 14th.
Everything we knew about that accident has been turned upside down.